Camaro thief leads police through Los Angeles on high-speed chase. A man suspected of stealing a bright blue Chevrolet Camaro led Los Angeles police officers on a chase through the city Thursday afternoon, October 3, 2024, after a report of a stolen vehicle. The chase began in Gardena, where the suspect struck officers while attempting to flee. The chase then crossed the 110 freeway and surface streets.
Unbelievable, that innocent driver not knowing what's going on. All of a sudden this guy comes up and hits you like that, and now he's going to go westbound here on Venice Boulevard, high rate of speed yet again. Dangerous situation out here at this hour.
And Gil, you said this started in Gardena, an alleged stolen vehicle. Not clear how many people are in this vehicle. Obviously, there's the driver. Have we heard anything about other passengers, or that if he's possibly armed or not?
We haven't heard anything about being armed or if there's other passengers. You might be able to look. I'm going to try to get in a tighter shot here in a second. Wow, look at that move. Running red lights, down the double yellows. Again, wrong side of the road. We'll try to get a look inside the vehicle if we can, but he's going to have heavy traffic yet again, another signal. Nowhere to go. And again, a lot of people out on foot. Let's take a look inside the car here.
The driver was caught in traffic at times, swerving into oncoming traffic and striking other vehicles at low speeds, while the Camaro driver struck innocent motorists in his attempt to evade officers. The driver of the bright blue Camaro was driving at high speeds through West Los Angeles and Beverly Hills, making sudden turns and lane changes. The driver narrowly avoided other cars at the intersection.
He was out, but they dropped our mics because we're in here shocked. We're just shouting at the TV with anxiety, wondering what is this person doing, going head on into oncoming traffic, nearly hitting people in a crosswalk, pushing a car out of the way. And so far, the highest I've seen is 82 miles an hour in a residential area. This is so dangerous. Oh,
it is very dangerous. And now we're on the freeway. Here he is, eastbound 10 freeway, approaching the 110. And Anton, let's hold here. In that shoulder of the road, the center divider, actually. Now he's going to transition. It looks like he might be going, well, hang on. He's got some options here.
He's definitely going to come up on some traffic as well.
Yeah, for sure. I do see a passenger in the vehicle. I got a hand out the window there.
Okay.
And so we got at least the driver and a passenger. I don't know if there's anybody in the back seat, but certainly a dangerous situation now on the freeways, and really just taking chances here left and right. We looking like he's committed to the eastbound 10 freeway from the 110. So he's just going to have nothing but traffic as he approaches the East LA interchange, I should say, and that just poses more problems. He might get off here in the downtown LA area. We'll see if that happens, but using every avenue, this driver using every bit of space on the freeway to get by. We'll see what he does here as he comes up to an off-ramp. He's got the gore point. He's committed to that off-ramp. And now we'll be on surface streets yet again here in downtown LA.
Which off-ramp did he just take? Was it Maple?
It's going to be...
Or 18?
Yeah, it's going to put him off on Maple Avenue there.
Okay.
And now... So now we're going into LAPD New Division. Yeah.
Yeah, and you had also mentioned during this pursuit that he, and we saw him here hit a vehicle, literally push the vehicle out of the way. But prior to that, you also mentioned that he rammed a police vehicle as well.
He did. We're hearing that from the LAPD airship overhead, talking on their dispatch channel, saying that there was a collision with a CHP officer during that portion of the pursuit on the freeway, and continued on after hitting that officer. So that's considered assault with a deadly weapon, the car being the weapon on that police officer. So there's the stolen and the assault with a deadly weapon charge now on this suspect.
All right, and where is he now? So he has exited. He was on the 10 eastbound and then exited. He could have stayed on and headed towards like the 110 in downtown, but he probably would have hit a lot of traffic. Now he's on these side streets, Los Angeles Street and Olympic Boulevard.
Yes, that's exactly it, Lou. And here he goes, westbound turn back towards the 110 freeway. We're north of the 10 freeway at this point, and he's getting into the buildings. We're going to have to stay right over the top of him. He's going to come southbound here. This is going to be Main Street, so he's going to be a southbound turn from Main Street, and still no sight of LAPD officers on the ground. He's going to go westbound here right under us. There's the airship under us. Sorry about the spinning. He's directly
I know,
under
that
us.
was a little crazy.
But he's going to continue westbound. Yeah, don't want to make anybody sick. But yeah, there he goes.
Well, Gil, a lot of times in these pursuits,
narrow road here. Go ahead.
When the and there's a pedestrian there too, a cyclist. A lot of times when the driver begins to drive really erratically and super high speeds, especially on surface streets, a lot of times we'll see the officers pull back in an effort to not entice them to move so aggressively. Absolutely.
They will go into surveillance mode to keep an eye on it from the airship above. But in this situation, you know, the driver's driving so fast, going the opposite direction at times. It's very difficult for those ground units to try to get him in behind it and, you know, get back into the pursuit of it.
Right.
So they will likely just continue to track it. They've gone into the vehicle's now in the central division of LAPD, so we're listening to that. The airship and the dispatcher is talking about where the direction of travel of the vehicle. Here we are on Olympic again. He's been on Olympic before, but westbound this time. And look at this, cross traffic. He's going to go right against the traffic, and he's going to go on that one-way southbound on Flower here. So trying to weave his way in and out. The problem for this driver is wherever he goes, there's traffic everywhere.
And it's only going to get worse because it's 3:48 and we're getting close to the 5 o'clock hour. Also, unfortunately, schools will be getting out now, driving here alongside that train as well. If you're just joining us, this pursuit starting in Gardena. Officials tell us that apparently it's a stolen vehicle. He was on the 405 northbound to the 10 freeway. Got off on Santa Monica, was on some side streets, then got back on the 110 and then the 10. He seems to be erratically, just no rhyme or reason here, Gil.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. He's just picking a street, turning down it, and hoping for the best. We saw another pedestrian almost getting hit by the vehicle in a crosswalk. So, you know, it's just this driver, like you said, no rhyme or reason for the road he's on. We haven't seen him on the same street twice other than Olympic, but Olympic was further toward the west when he was on that. But here we are in downtown LA, and he's just picking streets, making turns, whatever's convenient for him or her. We don't know if it's a male driver or female driver at this point, but continuing here northbound. Wow, under some big trees there. We're going to continue on Olive here, and high speeds. Look at the speeds here. Wow. Terrible, very dangerous.
And Gil, we do have retired LAPD Sergeant Steve Katsanudelis with us on the phone. Steve, just have to ask, what is LAPD doing at this moment, knowing that this driver is now allegedly the suspect of an assault with a deadly weapon against a CHP officer?
The driver entered the 10 freeway, weaving between slower vehicles and a concrete barrier before exiting south of downtown Los Angeles. The Camaro was last seen entering an underground parking garage. The driver eventually veered into a parking garage near Olive Street in downtown Los Angeles, with officers pursuing him.
This is not the first time we've seen a pursuit suspect do that. What happens now?
Right, so now they're going to put up a perimeter, hopefully get in contact with the security personnel at this parking complex, keep eyes on the suspect, get the officers in contact with hopefully a witness, and try to identify the suspect with that. It looks like on a complex like this, there's going to have secured entrance for him to get inside the building is going to be extremely difficult. So hopefully they'll be there in time and apprehend the suspect inside the parking structure before he gets too far. Multiple stories. On something like this, there's a lot of exits, but hopefully with the guidance of the airship, the officers will be able to secure the locations where the suspect can run out of.
Yeah, we're actually looking at some video where we saw some officers pull up and get out of their vehicles and go into this possibly condo or apartment complex there. And there's a slight chance these guys, 2 people in the vehicle, may be familiar with this building. Who knows?
Yeah, that's highly possible. They could have phone called or got in touch with somebody who lives there or who was staying there and had a door propped open. And then it would come back to basically the security at the location and the cameras and rolling back the tape and getting a good description of these suspects and in their position of travel. If you're looking now, you see the black and whites on the corners, and right now they're setting up a perimeter in the event that the suspects do exit. We can apprehend them there, and there's a lot of chaos going on the ground right now, getting the directions, the possible avenues of escape, getting those blocked off and cordoned off, and then trying to apprehend, get a good perimeter around, and then we also have the possibility of bringing in the dogs. The Metro Canine, the fine dogs that would also assist in helping the suspects. And a structure like this, to do an actual foot search with the officers is very problematic. It's large. There's too many places for a suspect to hide under a vehicle. Yep. So this would be the ideal scenario to bring in Metropolitan and equip with the canines.
Well, great.